During the evolution of life on our planet, there have been a great number of different land animals. Among them, there are bloodthirsty predators and harmless herbivores. Each animal has its own characteristic habits or features of body structure. In this issue, we'll introduce you to some modern and extinct animals that could be described as fearless and even chill. They're not afraid of any dangers, live in extremely harsh conditions, or behave extremely strangely in different life situations. Subscribe to our channel. This will allow you to be the first to know about the release of new videos. We also encourage our viewers to be more active in supporting the creators of the channel by liking and commenting on the videos you like. Your activity helps the creators of the Age of Dinosaurs channel to make it more interesting and educational. Honey badger, an animal with no instinct for self-preservation. Let's start with a creature that everyone knows is the most laid-back animal on the planet. The honey badger, also known as the bald badger or ratel, has even made it into the Guinness Book of World Records as the most fearless animal. They live in Africa, India, and some countries in Southeast Asia. Their body length does not exceed 3 feet. They're distinguished by their dark color with a strip of light fur on their back. Like many other members of the mustelid family, honey badgers are omnivores, and they got their name, as you might guess, for their passion for the sweet contents of beehives. They also have the help of special birds called honey guides. The birds look for hives and lead the honey badgers to them. These predators divide the loot in half. The bird gets the bee larvae, and the honey badger enjoys the honeycomb to its heart's content. Today, there's only one species of honey badger in the subfamily to which it belongs. But in ancient times, it was more numerous and diverse. Most of them were even smaller, but their diet was dominated by meat. For example, one of the honey badgers recently described by South African scientists was one of them. It lived not only in Africa, but also in Europe about 5 million years ago. This species is not a direct ancestor of the modern honey badger, but they did share a common ancestor. And the modern honey badger appeared about 3.5 million years ago. In addition, by the late Miocene, similar carnivores lived in Africa, Eurasia, and North America, but they were larger and probably adapted to running. Perhaps their descendant, the American badger, lives in North America today, which can also be considered a freak because of some of its habits. For example, scientists have recorded 2 cases of these animals burying found cow carcasses, digging holes under them, and spending several dozen days eating and sleeping only near the prey. The honey badger is also an excellent digger. Their burrows are about 3 feet long. In the area where the honey badger lives, it has 5 to 6 such holes, but it does not spend more than 1 night in a row in any of them. This animal has strong 2-inch claws, thick, durable skin, and its instinct for self-preservation is completely atrophied. It's not afraid to attack porcupines, leopards, lions, and even snakes. Neither snakes, nor large predators, nor bees can bite through its skin. Even if the snake manages to inject poison, the honey badger will go into shock for no more than an hour. Then it's ready for similar adventures again. Wolverine, a tireless hunter. Our list of the most frostbitten animals in the history of the planet continues with another member of the mustelid family. There are currently 2 subspecies of these predators on Earth, both belonging to the genus Gulo, which translates from Latin as glutton. One lives in Eurasia, the other in North America. Wolverines are the 3rd largest of their family. They grow up to 3 feet in length, not including the tail, which makes up about a quarter of the animal's total size. According to various sources, they weigh from 11 to 19 or 9 to 30 kilograms. Males are usually slightly larger than females. These animals have a squat body and short legs. In addition, the hind legs are much longer than the front legs. The wolverine's paws are up to 3 inches long and up to 4 inches wide. This allows it to move easily through deep snow. When walking, the wolverine rests on its entire foot. This makes the animal's gait appear awkward and club-footed. But in reality, the wolverine is a very dangerous animal. Few of the larger predators risk tangling with it. At the same time, The wolverine often feeds on the remains of the prey of wolves, bears, cougars, and other animals. Like many members of the mustelid family, wolverines are omnivores. They can eat insects or their larvae, bird eggs, berries, and fish, but meat is still the mainstay of their diet. Wolverines are excellent at climbing trees, digging holes, and running. At the same time, they're virtually tireless and can stalk their prey for long periods of time, taking it by attrition. The Tasmanian Devil, an accidental marsupial predator. The Tasmanian Devil is the largest of the marsupial carnivores living today, but its structure and history suggests that it should have become extinct several tens of thousands of years ago. It's now critically endangered and is found only in remote forest areas of the island of Tasmania. It has also been artificially reintroduced into new Wales. Its closest relatives are the extinct marsupial wolf and the quoll. This animal looks more ridiculous than frightening. It cannot run fast, jump, or climb trees. The Tasmanian Devil can only make frighteningly loud screams and emit an unpleasant odor from special glands, similar to skunks. Apparently, it was nicknamed the Devil because of these irritating characteristics. Once upon a time, this animal was widespread throughout Australia and the surrounding islands. But with the arrival of humans, who brought dogs with them, everything changed. Feral dogs became the animal we now call the dingo. In their new home, they had no serious competition for their place as the region's top predator. By a strange coincidence, the dogs settled not only in Tasmania. Unable to catch even the smallest rodent, the Tasmanian Devil chose the only true way to survive. He became a scavenger. With the arrival of European colonists in the region, the animal also tasted chicken, for which it eventually paid dearly. Humans began to uncontrollably destroy these strange predators, bringing them to the brink of extinction. Hunting is now banned, and the situation is slowly improving, but now they're suffering from a disease caused by some microorganisms in the carrion. Perhaps evolution will correct its mistake in the near future, and these essentially harmless animals will, unfortunately, disappear forever. Hippopotamus, an aggressive and large water horse. The word hippopotamus is translated from the Greek as water horse, but these river horses are not as harmless as they may seem at first glance. More people die from hippo attacks each year than from any other animal, including lions and crocodiles. Hippos are terribly aggressive, and given their size and huge teeth, a person's chances of survival if attacked by this living tank are not great. The weight of the largest hippos can exceed 3.5 tons, and according to some sources, even 4 tons. In terms of size, they compete with rhinoceroses for the title of largest land creature. However, on average, hippos weigh no more than 1.5 to 2 tons. The canine teeth of male hippos can grow up to 20 inches, and one of the Belgian museums has a canine tooth that is more than 25 inches long. With these fangs, the males inflict deadly wounds on each other during fights for females. Often, one of the combatants dies after such fights. If a hippo feels that someone is a danger to it or its offspring, it will attack the offender immediately. Hippos are capable of overturning boats and crushing offenders with their hooves. They run quite fast and swim well. Hippos are practically the only creatures that can swim to the edge of a waterfall without fear. Now, the common hippo and the pygmy hippo live in natural conditions. Both species live in Africa, and in the distant Pleistocene, several species of these animals lived in Europe and Asia. By the way, the modern species are descendants of those that moved back to Africa from Europe. Moreover, their closest relatives are whales, although until recently it was believed that hippos were closely related to pigs. Interesting fact, another population of hippos now lives in South America. They escaped from the ruined estate of Colombian drug lord Pablo Escobar after his death in 1993. His personal zoo included 4 hippos. The locals nicknamed them cocaine hippos. Today, About 100 of these giants live along the banks of the Magdalena River. In the absence of natural predators, almost all of the young survive to adulthood. The local ecosystem is threatened with ecological disaster, and scientists are sounding the alarm, trying to find a way to get rid of the aliens from Africa. Entelodont, a carnivorous pig that terrorized half the world. In the distant Oligocene era, some of the most ferocious predators were members of the family Entelodontidae. They're distant relatives of the same hippos and modern pigs. They apparently originated in the area of modern Mongolia and settled throughout Eurasia as far north as Italy. Some species even lived in North America. These were rather strange creatures in structure. They were somewhat similar to modern wild boars, only they grew much larger. The largest known member of the family is the Diodon, which lived in North America from 19 to 29 million years ago and could weigh up to 1 ton and grow up to 12 feet long and 6 feet tall. The Entelodont, which lived in Eurasia from 20 to 36 million years ago and gave the entire family its name, weighed an average of 250 to 350 kilograms and had a body length of up to 7 feet. But the main characteristic of all types of entelodonts is a huge toothy mouth. Although these ancient pigs were omnivores, they're believed to have been leaders in their ecosystems. They hunted other hoofed animals, could take prey from a lion or a bear, and did not disdain carrion. Scientists often find evidence of cannibalism in entelodonts. Majungasaurus, the only cannibal among the dinosaurs. Of course, we cannot help but include someone from the dinosaur era in our assessment of the most frostbitten creatures in the history of the planet. No doubt, many of our viewers will name one of the predatory theropods. Undoubtedly, T-Rex, Allosaurus, and their many relatives deserve to be included in this list. But we've chosen a lesser-known species of bipedal carnivorous lizard from the Mesozoic era. Majungasaurus, which belongs to the family Abelisauridae, lived in one place on Earth, on the territory of the island of Madagascar during the Cretaceous period. At that time, this large island had long since separated from the Hindustan Peninsula and was gradually approaching the African coast. Therefore, most of the relatives of Majungasaurus were discovered on the territory of Eurasia. This dinosaur had a body length of up to 23 feet and could weigh up to 750 or up to 1,100 kilograms. According to various estimates, outwardly, Majungasaurus was a classic theropod. Only their front legs were not completely atrophied. They also had wider jaws. Their skulls had a characteristic thickening and a peculiar horn on the forehead. Perhaps they served as weapons or were used to fight for females. On the island of Madagascar, isolated from the rest of the world, the main food source for such large predators was the Hippopotamus that lived there. Relatively small sauropods for their kind of dinosaur. But many researchers believe that Majungasaurus used a unique hunting method for bipedal predators. The structure of its body and the shape of its teeth suggest that it relied on a single bite. This is what modern cats do, biting into the throat of their prey and strangling it. Other predatory sauropods most likely inflicted multiple painful bites on their prey, as do animals in the canine family. Majungasaurus is also the only dinosaur for which cannibalism has been reliably demonstrated. However, it's not entirely clear whether they killed each other or simply ate the bodies of their dead relatives. Enhydriodon, an otter that decided it was a lion. Once again, a member of the mustelid family appears in our rating, but this time it's extinct. Several species of Enhydriodon lived in India, Pakistan, and Africa about 3.5 million years ago. But if the Asian Miocene otters were about the same as their modern descendants, then the African ones decided to stand out from the general group. These animals are the largest mustelids in the history of the planet. According to some estimates, they could weigh from 100 to 200 kilograms and were about the same size as modern lions. Apparently, Enhydriodons adopted a completely lion-like behavioral model. They completely abandoned fish, crustaceans, and other aquatic life. These predators practically did not live in the water. They hunted in coastal thickets and ambushed antelope, horses, and other hoofed animals. Perhaps their diet included our distant relatives, Australopithecus. Cassowary decided to prove that dinosaurs did not die out. We decided to end today's issue with a story about the most dangerous bird for humans. That is why cassowaries have been included in the Guinness Book of World Records. There are currently 3 species of cassowaries in Australia. They don't differ much from each other, mainly in color. These flightless birds can grow up to 6 to 7 feet long. This is not immediately noticeable, however, as they walk stooped. Of all modern birds, they're second only to the ostrich in size. In the wild, cassowaries have virtually no enemies. The only danger to young may be from a wild dingo. These birds appeared at the beginning of the Pleistocene, and it's believed that of all modern animals, cassowaries are the closest to dinosaurs. This is easy to believe just by looking at them. These birds have powerful 3-toed feet, equipped with a special fighting claw up to 5 inches long. They also have a very vicious and temperamental nature. When defending themselves or their young, cassowaries can run and strike the offender in the chest, causing serious wounds. Often a collision with a human will result in the human being hospitalized. Humans are fortunate that, unlike extinct dinosaurs, cassowaries feed on fruits and berries. We thank the viewers who watched this video to the end. If you're interested in this format and would like to learn more about the unusual animals that roamed our planet at different times, we encourage you to check out the previous releases. The Age of Dinosaurs channel also features videos on the evolution of living things, the development of human society, and modern environmental issues.